So Darren, what were your thoughts on the game overall? First of all?
Yeah, I thought the my overall review on the game was I thought we started the game well enough and got picked up the pace of the game really early doors and had some good impetus in the game in terms of turning the ball over and gaining some control of the game. And I suppose half time for us came too early, really, because in terms of how the game was going, we was quite pleased the way the first half was going. Half time come, I would imagine probably for Norwich it was a good timely to get in and probably reshape and regroup up and make one or two changes. And then second half we come out and obviously you concede a goal from a second phase of a set play is never ideal because it's a lapse of concentration, really. And then, of course, it gives them something to hold on to and then gives them fresh impetus to stay in the game and sort of they got the second goal and sort of the game ran away from us.
Yeah, the first half it did feel like there was perhaps opportunities there, an opportunity to go for it. Is it asking the players to drive forward, take a bit more of that impetus, having got that control on the game? And
that's what we did. The way we set up today, we've come down here today, we've more or less played a couple of 2 number 9s and attacking sort of a team, but there was more balance to us. And so we didn't, as good as Norwich are here, they're a fantastic team, but I just thought today that if we could turn the ball over like we did, we'd have some sustained possession in the game, which it did that first half. So in terms of how we was, we got into some wonderful threatening positions. I suppose, Steve, when you look at it, we could have been shown a little bit more self-determination when we got into those threatening areas. We feel the way we set the team up, we will get into threatening areas, which we have demonstrated. It's when we get into those areas, it's just being more self-determined, arrogant, if you like, to use the word, in terms of, because we've worked hard to get into those areas and getting some more end product.
Yeah. There was... Pardon me, sorry. You've only made one change in the game. Were you tempted to make more subs, particularly bearing in mind that you've got, it's a busy week coming up?
Yeah, but we've assessed the squad and quite ready in terms of needing to make any rotations and that with games coming up in terms of that, really. So we'll look at that when we analyse the team for the Boxing Day, because as you know now, these games are going to come thick and fast as it goes on, really. But credit to Jacko, because Steve, today I didn't expect Jacko to play today because obviously we suffered an injury to Danny Ward yesterday in training. Right. So we didn't expect that one, so we had to make an adjustment there. So credit to him for doing the 65 or whatever minutes he did and push Sorba on the top end of the pitch.
So that wasn't sort of the plan initially then, playing Sorba up top? Is that you had to make that yesterday?
That was yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how is Wardy? Is he looking at a spell out or?
We'll assess him over the next. Obviously, the injury was yesterday, so we'll assess him over the next 24 hours.
No Tom Edwards today, or is everything all right with him?
Tom Edwards is a personal issue, family issue, so we'll leave it that one there.
Yeah. Well, that's to him. And Lee Nichols, you mentioned it the other day, but is he likely to miss the next couple of games as well?
Yeah, Lee will, because the reason why he's got a miss because he's following a concussion protocol, so there's nothing nobody can do. We're on the doctors and specialist advice with him, so he's on a concussion protocol.
Another decent performance from Chris Maxwell, though. Not much you can do on the goals. Maybe a couple of that stop first half from Barnes in particular.
He made that one particular full stretch save, which was an outstanding save, really. The other 2 goals he couldn't do anything about, because I think from our point of view they were both lapses of concentration, really. And I said to the boys that I don't in terms of the effort and endeavour that they put into games, we can all see that they're putting the energies into it, but part of it as well is staying connected and staying concentrated in the game, and that's what's undone us today.
Yeah, it felt like there were, as you say, a few moments where you could have gone for it, exploited it, and it's just the concentration or the touch just hasn't been there. It must be very frustrating watching from the sidelines.
Yeah, because as I said, I look back at the team, and you look back at in terms of how we went about it today, and I can't complain because we didn't come here to sit back today. We come here to we knew it would be a game of football because the way it is here at Carrow Road and the players that they've got in terms of it, So we wanted to come here and have a game of football, and we set up to a game of football. And in terms of that, I thought, like as I said, half time came too soon for us because in terms of we had impetus and we had the pace and speed of the game. As I said, second half we just switched off, and I think that's the disappointing thing.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of goals sort of coming around half time. Either it's again frustrating must be to go in at half time or to going into half time and having plans in mind, and then instantly they go out the window.
Yeah, because it's the unseen, and you get in at half time, and when you look back at it, they've made a change at half time as well, really, and then had a set play early doors in the game, and they've delivered a good ball into the box and that, and then got the right contact on it, and with set plays, it's about getting the first contact on it invariably in both boxes, if you like, if you're going to concede a goal or stop a goal, and that's what we didn't do.
Cheers, Steve.
Can we just throw it forward to the preview? Obviously Boxing Day coming up. You've got Blackburn at home and then a further home game against Middlesbrough, I believe. How much are you looking at those two games as an opportunity to re-establish your home form, which was so important to Huddersfield at the end of last season? How big an opportunity is it upcoming, and do you feel you can turn around a sort of flat spell of form where you're having draws and the odd defeat and you're needing wins?
Yeah, and that's what we got to do. And yes, we are at home, so we're in front of our home fans, but we see games home. The current situation we're in, home and away, is an opportunity to get points on the board. Now we're at home for the next two games, and we want to dust ourselves down. Hopefully over the next 24 hours we've come off the pitch with no injury situations, and we want the squad fully fit and available for that Blackburn game at home in front of our home fans. And we'll be looking forward to that. I look towards the Blackburn game before the Middlesbrough game, because we got to focus all our energies and our details into that game and prepare as best as we possibly can over this Christmas period.
And do you feel you owe the home fans a performance after a very disappointing game the other week against Preston? Do you feel that you owe them a good one off the back of that? Yeah,
certainly the last two performances away at Millwall and here today has certainly been a better. What we don't want to do is have a performance like that at Preston. We want more of the approach that we've had over the last two games, so it's been the right response. Certainly at home again, we don't want that sort of flat performance that we had at the time. And even though the boys understand that, sometimes you go through those experiences and you don't want to, but it gives you a jolt really in terms of not wanting that type of performance. So we want the right performance at home against Blackburn.
And the table doesn't lie, I suppose, at the halfway point. Did you feel that your group is a lot better than a fourth from bottom side, or does it need strengthening? How do you look at it? Do you say we're fourth from bottom for a reason because that's what this group is, or do you say they're a bit better than what they are, and actually we can get players in and we'll be even better? Yeah,
I'd rather take the second option in terms of that, because I agree in terms of where we are as a group. A large part of that, I take into consideration in terms of, like everybody else with the injury situation. We've had 11 at one stage on the treatment table, and that's been horrendous for us. And I credit the boys as well for holding the fort and holding it until then. That halfway mark of the season, we're still in a position where we're fighting and we'll continue to fight. Your second option in terms of the group's more, we've got more bodies back, so there's more of a balance to the group and there's more of a balance to the team now. So that in itself, certainly over the last couple of weeks, has been giving us fresh impetus and encouraged us even more that the group seems more balanced. What'll happen when the group's more balanced? They'll just get stronger because there's more balance to the team. And you've seen us get into more threatening areas more than ever in the last couple of games where we wasn't getting that before. But that was because of injuries before we had to go a certain way. but now we're getting 1 or 2 off the treatment table. There's more of a balance. We're getting into more threatening position, and it's really trying to capitalise on those opportunities when we do get into them. But certainly when we get to the January window, there is ideas. With those ideas materialise, we understand how difficult the window can be, but there won't be for a want of trying.
Cool.
Very good.
Thank you, gents.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good luck.
Have a good Christmas.
Yeah, have a good Christmas.
Thank you. Cheers.